Hey, this is King Firehawk from 1640 PWPR. Coming up, the Blind Tag Podcast, which is exclusive here to 1640 PWPR, the home of pro wrestling podcast radio and more.
Hello out there in the podcast world. Once again, you've reached the Blind Tag. My name is, of course, Big Dick Gideon alongside Kryim and Dante.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And sort of a slow week, I guess, but there's some shit that we could talk about. Actually, there's a big thing that we're going to talk about in a second.
We're chugging along to Mania. That's what we're doing.
We're chugging along.
Well, first, we should talk about our milestone.
Yes, that's true. Last week?
No, it's this week.
Is it
This week.
Officially.
This week officially marks us 1 year doing this podcast.
As the Blind Tag.
With me in charge, I guess you could say. Which
you're kind of being like the rustler.
Yeah.
The rustler of the cattle.
You know,
He's the rustler of the wrestlers?
Yeah. There you go.
You see what I did there? Wordplay.
Yeah, I see
it's
that.
funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've been doing this for a fucking year. And
episode number 48.
48. It will be number 50 on WrestleMania, which is Sunday, April 3rd.
Yep.
So we'll be doing a 50. What?
Well, go ahead.
We'll be doing a special episode. We're going to try to bring some people in, maybe answer some questions and shit like that. So
50 is, L in Roman numerals, so it's, maybe our large and in charge. Maybe I skipped the jokes this week.
Don't quit your day job.
If it was Penzig, it would work great on a t-shirt.
Sure.
But yeah,
you know what?
Not for wrestling.
I laughed, and that's what fucking matters. Okay.
So the big news for this week.
Just gonna skip over what I said.
Sure am. The biggest news this week is that Hulk Hogan has won his lawsuit against Gawker. Okay, and for those that don't know, I'll go ahead and sum it up. Hulk Hogan was in a very unfortunate porn tape with one of his friend's wives,
who apparently didn't know she was being filmed.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
By the way, his friend, his name is Bubba the Love Sponge.
He's a disc jockey, I think, out of I think he was out of Chicago.
Disgusting.
If you can see
Florida.
See Big Dick's,
no, he's Florida.
If you can see Big Dick's face about that, it's just imagine making that sound. That's the look of disgust.
So he won his suit, which is good because Gawker is a fucking terrible company. And he won initially $115 million. Okay, he has been awarded an extra $25 million for punitive damages, for emotional distress and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Okay,
cost him his Hall of Fame.
It cost him his life.
It ruined his name. It did. It ruined his career.
Whatever you think about Hulk Hogan, whatever he said on that video, okay, at the end of the day, he got taken to task for what he thought wasn't being recorded. Okay? He was on board for the sex video, but he wasn't on board for the rest of the shit. Okay?
Well, from what I understand is that the racism comment and the sex tape are two separate events.
Yes.
One does not beget the other.
Yeah.
The sex tape, I don't think he necessarily ruined him. It's okay, Hulk Hogan's just another celebrity that has a sex tape. Him dropping N-bombs, that's what ruined him.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely what ruined him, and it's unfortunate because he had a right to privacy, regardless if he's a racist or not, okay? And this is what people need to understand. You have a right to privacy in this fucking country, okay? By the way, if there's anybody overseas, we live in the United States of America. Okay, but in this
you can't
country,
tell by the accents.
yeah, really. If you are a citizen of this country, regardless if you're famous or not, okay, you have a reasonable expectation of privacy. Okay, you remember that the fucking owner of the basketball team like a year ago? What was his name? He owned the fucking
the Clippers.
The Clippers,
right?
Okay, and he got his life ruined because he was recorded talking about his ex-wife dating a black man.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
and of course he used some derogatory terms. That's fucking horse shit. What I say in my own fucking home is mine, regardless of whether or not it may be good. Okay, I'm in my own home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a reasonable expectation of privacy. Yeah, he may be racist. Yeah, and that's wrong. But you know what? He's in his own home. He's not going outside wearing fucking signs and burning crosses in people's yards.
And I think that's really what he got the money for, and not really the sex tape, because, as you said, he's just another celebrity with a sex tape.
Yeah,
but,
whatever.
You know,
gross, but
it's
whatever.
Also the sex tape. The sex tape angle is also going to get the most clicks on your, you know.
Oh, Gawker knew what it was going to do. Yeah, no, Gawker knew what it was doing.
No, I'm even talking about as far as the media focusing in on this lawsuit. Yeah. Let's focus on the sex, and all that, and let's not worry about the racism, which is what the story's really about.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, if I hope Gawker goes out of fucking business. I understand that people work there and those are their jobs and shit like that, and it sucks. But you know what? Don't support a terrible fucking company. That company is fucking terrible.
Do you think that being a celebrity puts you on a different plane of what I'm saying is like, you got the expectation of privacy, but you are also a celebrity.
I'm with you there.
You're supposed to be held at a higher standard, and you have to hold yourself at a higher standard.
It's not fair. Okay, it's just the way it is. Okay, I'm not saying it's fair, but yes, celebrities. When you become a celebrity, or when you become a public figure of any kind, okay, your privacy does get diminished just by living the kind of life that you're living. Okay, do you still have a right to privacy? Absolutely, but you got to be smart. Okay, you got to be smart. You got to be a lot smarter than the average guy. The average schmuck, like you, me, and fucking Kryim. We're a bunch of average guys. We don't give a shit. We're just average. Whereas people like Jennifer Lawrence or fucking Hulk Hogan and that shit, who get their fucking shit hacked because it was on the fucking cloud or whatever, or Hulk Hogan gets videotaped. Okay, you gotta be smart. Okay, when you have that type of public figure.
I mean, it's kind of like Michael Phelps with the whole bong picture.
Yeah, you got to be smart.
Well,
come on, like really, you think taking it? Nobody's going to take that one shot, that one money shot, going, oh, I can't wait to show this to my friends, and then it goes viral, and then now you're fucked.
Yeah.
Well,
it could have honestly started off as something very, innocent between friends, as far as Michael Phelps, but it went out, and then it kept going and going and going. And once it's on the internet, as we all know, forget it. It's impossible to get it off the internet. Yeah. Trust me.
I'm good. Now that you brought up Michael Phelps, I remember that story. I'm actually curious as to if he knew what friend sent that photo around and what happened between.
I would have whooped their ass.
He lost one contract with some advertising something, but it didn't hurt his career.
Not the way that it did Hogan. No.
Okay. Well, also he's not like sucking on the bongo and and calling people N-word and all that other stuff. He's just sitting there trying to be a kid.
Yeah.
Now, I'm Michael fucking Phelps. I'm going to smoke this pot.
I'm going to roast this shit.
I'm going to prove that this is not an enhancement drug because I broke my own record.
But honestly, I hope Gawker loses everything. Did you see the dude's testimony from his deposition?
No.
Oh my god. Hulk's lawyer fucking ripped this guy apart on the stand.
Really?
Oh my god. First off, and let me break it down. Okay?
Here comes some science.
Okay? Let me break it down. So,
break it down.
I think it was the CFO or the CEO of Gawker was on the stand, and he had a deposition, that he had beforehand, and it was written down and everything, and he signed it. He was able to go over it 3 times with his lawyers and shit like that. Keep that in mind, okay?
This is the good one. Yeah, we'll put this out there.
This is good. Everything about this is okay. They get to trial, okay? He's on the stand, and the lawyer for Hulk brings up a sentence in his deposition where he's joking about posting child pornography on his site. In his deposition!
Oh!
The same document that you had your own lawyers go over.
This is Bubba saying this.
No.
That the CEO.
This is the CEO of Gawker on the stand being ripped apart by Hulk's lawyer because the Gawker CEO's deposition, he said, cracked a joke about posting a video of a 5-year-old girl having sex.
Like, okay, I'm not laughing at a video.
But you're laughing at the
idiocy.
The idiocy. Yeah. Like, this is a legal document.
You checked this 3 times.
Like the lawyer didn't go, are you sure you don't want to take
What kind of lawyers
Did anybody read it?
Where's your lawyer's office? In a fucking mini mall?
Okay. Oh my god.
Fucking Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Like, do they still use fax machines? What year is it?
They crank print it like when the kids in the 70s used to have their papers all printed off.
Like, Christ almighty. Like, 3 times, and you should have seen his face.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's like someone just shit in his mouth. Huh?
Like, he's trying to say, like, no, I was only joking. It was just a sarcastic snide comment.
That's something you joke about.
Yeah, but dude, this is your court deposition.
Yeah.
Okay? And someone summed it up perfectly. They said, this is the face of a person who has never had to deal with the consequences of their actions ever.
Yeah.
And now it's caught up to them, and they don't know what to do.
Because there's nobody to bail them out.
There's nobody to bail them out now. No. You have fucked up. Apparently, you think it's okay to make a joke about child pornography in a court deposition. What? What are you doing?
You're a CEO, man.
How old is this guy?
He looks, honestly, first off, his suit sucked. Okay, his suit looked fucking cheap as fuck. All right, it looked like he just got it out of the fucking Salvation Army.
Well, maybe since he just lost his shirt off his back.
But Jesus Christ, he looked like some bra that they just culled out of fucking college, and he's fucking the CEO. He's in this fucking suit that's clearly like too small for him. His fucking tie is too short. Looks like fucking Lou Costello.
Oh my god.
Okay, and he's sitting there and he's sweating.
Yeah, you got that flop sweat.
He's going. Oh yeah. Was that in my deposition? Well, it was just a joke, And of course, the lawyer goes, "So you think it's funny to joke about child pornography?"
Oh yes.
Okay, so
you think Hogan was just leaning back, pinching his nipples?
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, go slower.
Go slower.
Go slower. You're about to have another sex tape right now."
I'm gonna just come all over this fucking table right in front of me.
But seriously,
oh baby, I'm hulking up. Oh,
that python's growing.
Oh god. No, so he's just like, so you think so you think child pornography is a joke?
No.
Oh my god, the flop sweat.
Oh, dude, I got uncomfortable chills watching it, but I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole thing.
What happened to their lawyer? I mean, do you think they're like, well,
his lawyer's probably sitting at the table going, oh my god.
Yeah, we missed that.
How did you miss that?
Did we miss that?
Somebody got fired.
I think they all should have gotten, but they should have fired each other.
Like,
you're fired. You didn't catch
your lawyer's drunk when this happened.
Right?
Like, seriously, what bothers me most. Here's what bothers me the most.
They were just checking it over Frosted Flakes.
They were fucking 3 times. You get to check that shit 3 fucking times. It's like, okay, we missed it the first time. But the second and third time, you're like, yeah, this is it. This is the one. Sign off. This is it. Child porn. Funny. Write it up.
And this is
nobody's going to catch that.
It doesn't matter.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
That's how he was probably that arrogant.
This is
and
just
that smug.
Civil court.
Are you sure you don't want to take that out? They go, no,
it's a joke. It's going to win me points. Don't worry. It's going to be win me points with the judge talking about child pornography. It's going to win me points.
I guarantee he was one of those schmucks that probably thought that was true.
He probably thought that,
nobody was going to pay attention to it and just gloss over it.
No one's going to pay attention to it. And again, this is a person who's never had to deal with the consequences of their actions.
Or a really good lawyer.
Well, that too.
You think Hogan's lawyer opened up the fucking deposition and just went like there was a golden light that just kind of shined into his face? As soon as that I've never had something like this before.
He probably didn't even need to fucking hold the folder from his joy boner. He's just like,
Hulk, I'm gonna whoop on him.
Oh my god!
Oh,
3 times. You had that shit to chance check it 3 times.
How much do you think that lawyer made?
What
his percentage?
CEO?
No.
Hulk's. The litigation
lawyers.
fees are about 40%. So whatever he got out of this, he's going to get about 40%.
So 40% of 140 million.
Whatever.
Yeah.
What
is that?
A lot
of money.
Money's
enough to make me cry.
Math. More money than any of us will see in a lifetime. Unless we live
hey, well, Hogan is now the highest paid porn actor ever.
Ugh.
You think Tammy's mad about
that?
Or China?
Ugh. We went from bad to worse.
I don't know. Is it?
A little.
I'm a real American.
Yeah.
Do you think she was saying that when she was bouncing up and down on him?
I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't watch the movie, and I don't want to.
I don't want to.
I just seen the beginning part of it.
Oh, really?
No, it was when it first.
Were you bored?
No.
Oh my God.
It was when it first came out, and like they were still showing clips of like what it started as, and because you watch it, and like that's Hogan, and that's the woman, and they're in bed, like
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Gawker. Okay, because this didn't just show up, right?
Yeah.
The Gawker had it in this vault, and you know what? I guarantee what happened was they probably tried to threaten Hogan, saying, "Hey, if you don't give us a certain X amount of money or some shit, pay protection money, we're going to publish this." And Hogan's like, "Well, nah." And of course they published it, and it ruined his life. But because again, Hulk will never be allowed to be back in the Hall of Fame. I think
it's possible.
I really believe that. That's not something you can just whitewash away. It's so public, and he's such a public figure. This isn't like, Hawk getting drunk.
Yeah.
That's not what this is. This is, you being very racist, okay, in a sex tape, and you were the face of the company for a very long time.
Michael Hayes gets to get a ring.
Because
he's not Hulk Hogan.
He blatantly said it to people's faces in the business.
He is not Hulk Hogan.
Well, that's the thing. He blatantly said it to black people's faces. So I mean, like it's he owned up to it.
He owned up to it.
He owned up to it. He did it right in front of Mark Henry's face.
No, I'm not saying it's okay. no, it's definitely
not okay. I'm just saying, like that's the difference.
I'm confused about the double standard here.
Because he's Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's going to get a bigger punishment because he's Hulk Hogan. That's the nature of the beast. Okay?
The higher they climb, the harder they fall.
Exactly.
Look at it this way. I mean, could you imagine, let's say, because Jack Swagger got, a couple of years ago, Jack Swagger got busted for a DUI with marijuana. And he was kind of like a small slap on the wrist. Could you imagine if John Cena got busted with marijuana? How much of a fucking slap, how much of a black eye that would be to the company? It's exactly what
it's that type of shit.
And John doesn't want to do anything to piss off Nikki anymore. So
No.
Maybe that's part of the reason why he's been out for so long.
Well, you know what? I mean, he's got to listen.
And she's home a lot now.
Yeah. She's separating his shoulder on purpose.
I think so. You need to be home with me. Snap. Yep.
But
we know females like that.
Oh my God. So, like I said, I hope Gawker goes out of fucking business. I hope everything they own goes out of business because that is a terrible company.
That's one down, more to go, I suppose.
One down.
Yeah. I mean,
good for Hulk. Hopefully, honestly, I hope it gets some fucking measure of peace. But moving on.
Well, we stay with the money thing.
You can stay with the money?
Yeah.
Here comes the money!
Or the money's leaving. Apparently 2 more guys from TNA have walked out. Bobby Roode and Eric Young.
Due to payment issues, correct?
Yes. The rumor is, or the unofficial is that I'm not sure if they wanted more money or they weren't getting paid the money they were asked.
Yeah. Apparently, the departures had nothing to do with each other. There are rumors that the two decided to leave after being turned down on pay raises. They report that those rumors are incorrect. Both departures came as a surprise, but Young leaving shocked a lot of people as he's been one of the most loyal talents. So, apparently, it wasn't about pay raises, but it was probably about money in some way, I would say, because people don't just leave. Apparently, TNA felt like they couldn't continue paying Rude, who was back in a tag team with James Storm, with what he'd been making, and he wasn't being used to at a level where they felt they could make enough revenue off him to justify the pay.
So. See, that's a way of saying, well, we really can't afford you.
We can't afford him.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
I will say this, if Bobby Roode and Eric Young make it their way to WWE, I will say this is the slowest invasion angle I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, right?
TNA, yeah, they're going to
go.
They're going to put him into NXT. And
the slow con, yeah.
The slow game.
I don't know if they'll put him in NXT. I don't know.
Or this could be a secret way of Shane building up his new Fed.
Just slowly picking all the wrestlers.
Right? I mean, taking all the talent.
Wouldn't be the first time they've done a takeover.
I mean, this isn't surprising, right? TNA has been... How are they still open? Because I don't even know.
I don't watch it. I mean, that's... I don't know if that's awful of me to say.
I don't even know what channel it's on anymore.
Does it even have a channel?
I think... Last I heard it was Destination America.
Yeah, and then they were having issues because they weren't actually filming in America.
That, and, they weren't filming in America, and then Ring of Honor took over for a hot minute underneath them, and they were getting they're a mess over there.
The TNA is a fucking mess. It's a hot mess.
Well, it's being run by a hot mess.
It's just straight fucked up right now.
Well, Billy Corgan fucking put his beak in there for whatever reason, and I'm not sure.
No, he has his own. He didn't.
Yeah, he did.
When did he buy into TNA?
Oh, a while ago.
Are you sure? Because I know he has his own brand.
He did have his own brand, but he also bought into TNA.
Well, again, whatever they're doing over there, sure as shit ain't working. Okay?
It was.
It was working.
It was.
They had that six-side ring. They had something unique.
Yeah, they had they had the talent. They were starting to make a fucking name for themselves, and then somebody had the good idea to bring
Bischoff!
And Bischoff brought his friends. And that was the end of it.
They fucking tore that place to the ground.
It was... It was the beginnings of an awesome sandcastle, and then somebody kicked that shit over.
They straight ripped that place apart.
Yeah.
How long was Bischoff there?
Fucking 3-4 years, something like that.
Okay.
It was.
It's enough to put that tumor in there to cause the cancer to keep spreading.
Yeah. That's enough. Really?
Yeah.
Now, did the moment he come back, did they switch the ring right away?
I'd say within a year they switched.
Really?
Yeah, because Bischoff brought in Hogan, and Hogan was like, "Oh, we're gonna get rid of this excited ring," and fucking brought in the standard. And I'm like I wasn't sure if I really dug this excited ring, but I thought it was a cool thing that that was only to them. And now when they brought in the four-sided ring and they had Hogan and his friends, and it was like, that's WCW Part 2. Why am I watching?
As we all know, sequels tend to suck. Not always, but they do.
Yeah, because they had the main event club or the main event players, and they had Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. And
really,
Hulk
they just brought them all. They just brought them all in. See, I didn't watch it.
And Sting, they had Sting for whatever reason.
Well, they just brought them all.
Yeah,
it is WCW.
It was WCW versus the new guys, and they had all the new guys jobbed to the fucking main event.
Of course they did. Of course they did. Of course they did. They make Nash the Booker again. They probably did. Put himself over in a title match.
He was the Booker.
Over the undefeated guy. Jesus
Speaking of
Christ.
Sting, is he retired or is he not retired?
Yeah, apparently nobody knows because
I saw one day it was like, oh, he's retired, and then Sting comes and goes, I'm not retired.
Well, yeah, he just put out saying that he's not retired, but
he said his neck is okay, but he's not officially retired.
It's like he went on a Caribbean cruise, and there was a rumor saying that he's not coming back, he's retired, and then he comes back and he's got his bags, and they're like, oh, I heard you retired. What the fuck are you talking about? I just went on a cruise.
All right. I mean, the thing is, he should.
Yes.
He really, really should, because you know what? I hope that buckle bomb knocks some fucking sense into him, and I'm sure Seth feels terrible about it. But you're 50 or 50 fucking 5. You can't be taking buckle bombs. You just can't do it, man. You don't see an Undertaker taking buckle bombs.
No, he just takes suplexes over and over and over again.
But taking suplexes like that is a lot different from being slammed on the fucking turnbuckle by a 28-year-old kid. You know, and you're 55, and you're old as fuck, and you can't move like you used to. Okay? And you've had matches. Let's face it, he's been wrestling since what? For a long time now.
Yeah.
30 years.
Yeah, easy.
Okay? So, you know this fucking business takes its toll on your fucking body. He's 55 years old. Okay? I mean, he's got to retire. He has to retire. I don't want him to get hurt.
Let it go, man.
Yeah.
You have nothing.
Nothing to prove to anybody.
Nothing to prove to anybody.
Okay? Nothing to prove to anybody. And B, like...
Well, maybe he's like the rest of them who wants to have that one last big match.
He's never going to go over on a current guy.
Mm-hmm. When I said one last match. Oh. You know, everybody wants to go out with that one last match. You don't want to ever leave your career just hanging.
Yeah.
Trust me.
But I just... I want him to retire. I want him to be... He's going to go in the Hall of Fame, and he deserves to be there.
He's going this year. Yeah. So, I mean, like, I don't see a reason why he... Like, that's the perfect, like, highlight for your career. Way to end it, you know?
Yeah.
There's no... You're not going... You need another title run? You don't need another title run. You have nothing to prove to anybody.
You're Sting.
You're fucking Sting.
Yeah. You're Sting. You're one of the most recognizable fucking people in wrestling history.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wrestling royalty.
You're right up there with Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
You're up with all those guys.
Yeah.
Okay? You're up there. What the fuck do you need to be in the ring for, dude?
Yeah.
Unless he really needs the money, which I don't think he does.
No, he doesn't.
I don't think he needs the paydays.
I say no, he doesn't. Like, I know his bank book.
Yeah, like, I don't know his finances. But,
like,
you know.
Like, oh, no, he doesn't. I know him. Meet for coffee.
Let's see how many conventions he'll be doing in the next couple of years.
Well, he's probably do a couple. I mean, and you know what? He's going to make bank at those conventions.
Oh, hell yeah. He's going to demand top dollar.
Yeah.
And he should.
Because not only that, it's going to be WWE Hall of Famer Sting.
Yeah.
So
Hall of Famer.
That's
Sting.
even more money that you can put out for, because he's got that
the
Hall
icon.
of Fame type. Yeah.
Yeah, not like the 40 I paid for Bruno.
Yeah, Jesus.
That was a great moment meeting that man.
I bet it was.
His hands were so huge.
Fucking just palm the
it
face.
Was. He was like fucking huge.
He's just Bruno is one of those guys where like he might not catch you, but you don't
let him.
Don't let him catch you.
Especially
don't let
when
him.
You're hiding in his bushes.
Yeah.
Oh, little Larry. I think Larry just got done with his acceptance speech.
I
think he just got done.
And speaking of Hall of Fame, there was a new name mentioned this week.
Yes.
Stan Hansen!
Stan Hansen!
Lariato!
I gotta find it. There it is.
All right, you got it. Okay. I was vamping for you.
Okay.
Lariato!
What can I say?
Hassan!
So Stan Hansen, the innovator of the lariat, inventor.
I'm not sure if he's the inventor, but I definitely know he's the one who perfected it.
They got a clue for the man known. He was known as the lariat.
Okay, then yes, then he probably was the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those things where like he hit you as hard as he fucking could. Because
he couldn't see, right?
He couldn't see. That was like the whole thing. Is like I had to make sure I make it. Like if you watch Stan Hansen,
I'd laugh my ass off. Why you really hitting me, Stan? I can't see.
There's a legit match between I think it's Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody versus I think they're the Blackhearts.
Okay,
I think they're the Blackhearts, and it got.
It got a little stiff.
To say it got stiff,
it got snug.
It would do disservice to what actually happened. It was like the Blackhearts said, "Fuck your mothers and your grandmothers," and then Stan Hansen. I mean, like like those, like the legit like kitchen chair seats, that are like metal, that you kind of sit there at like at an event, like not folding chairs, but like
you're talking about a legit.
He
chair.
picked that up and started beating him with the chair. Blood underneath the mask starts going. Like they beat the shit out of these guys.
Why are you doing this? I can't see. I can't see.
Just make a sound.
God. Look, it's a work, Stan. It's a work. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out.
I can't fucking see. No, but yeah, like if you, I got it when we go off air. I'm gonna show you that because
oh my God,
it's legit. Like just Stan Hansen, you can see he's just grumpy. He fucking gets in the ring and he puts his hands on one of them motherfuckers, and that's it. We're going outside.
Was there legit heat?
I don't know.
You know how those nights are.
Yeah.
You've worked a few of those shows where you just grab them greenies, you're like, fuck this shit, we're done.
Yeah, he grabbed him and tossed him outside the ring, and I don't know what happened, but
now begins the beatings.
They have elected the way of pain.
Yeah, they have elected the way of pain.
Yeah,
my God. Well, Stan Hansen. I mean, from what I know of him, again, I've never really seen a match, but that's because I'm not a huge historian.
You're a youngin'.
I'm a youngin'.
Well, Stan Hansen. I mean, like he's famous in the States, but he's super famous over in Japan, and that's where he stayed. Because, like I said, when they do like the stereotypical Texan in Japan, they get Stan Hansen.
Okay.
You know.
So I mean, from everything I know, he belongs there. He belongs in the.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. If you think the clothesline from hell that JBL does is stiff, nah, not even close.
You got nothing.
Oh, I hit him. Okay. Just run until you hit something.
Just okay. So here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna beat the hell from you. What? Why, Stan? Because I can't see, brother. Because I can't. But I sell for you good. No, this has to happen. Why? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, please stop. This shit's real, man.
This shit is really in my fucking head, man. Anyway. Oh, shit. What else we got? I don't know what else we got.
Any news about WrestleMania as we're just limping along?
We are really limping along. Honestly, it's
like
8:30. Well, it's 8:25 on the 21st, where you have missed the first half hour of Raw. And I'm pretty sure we haven't missed much.
We missed an interview in the ring
with
somebody. Probably, Steph in the ring.
We probably missed Roman Reigns getting booed out of Philly because they're in Philly tonight.
Well, here. We got live coverage right there.
Okay, live coverage. Let's see what's up. Okay, here we go, guys.
So far, we've missed.
This is what we've missed. We go to the ring, and Lillian Garcia introduces Stephanie McMahon. She comes out to booze, obviously. She says her husband won't be here tonight, and if fans want refunds, they better go get them now. She says Triple H isn't here because he's at WWE corporate responsibilities, not because of Reigns' vicious attack last week. She goes on about Reigns and Triple H until the music hits, and out Reigns comes to the stage. Boo! Reigns makes his way to the ring, and she accuses him of waiting, and she accuses him of waiting until she said Triple H isn't here to come out and intimidate her. She starts talking about her husband will beat him at WrestleMania, and he shushes her. Reigns asks if we want to know the real reason Triple H isn't here. Reigns says Triple H didn't want to come to Philly because he knew he'd whip his ass all over Broad Street. Reigns says if he thought last week was bad, wait until WrestleMania. Reigns says he's walking into Stephanie Stadium, going into her ring and beating her husband to take Reigns' title. He says there's nothing Stephanie or Daddy's money can do about it. She goes to slap him, but he catches it. Reigns says now he's the authority. He tosses the mic and leaves the ring as his music hits. However, there is no mention of crowd reaction in that paragraph.
No.
So
that was pretty much your first half hour, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because there's no mention of a match yet.
So
we'll find out. Because I'm kind of curious as to how bad it's Philly. Okay,
it's Philly. He got booed. He got booed.
And that's the worst part is like
he doesn't deserve it.
No, he doesn't, because you know what? He's doing the same shit he did in the Shield as he's doing now.
Yeah, they're not giving him anything.
And people loved him in the Shield, but but because we're being force fed, people were rejecting it.
In all fairness, okay, I understand why WWE is force feeding this Reigns, and it's not because they have other options. A, everybody's fucking hurt. Mm-hmm. And B, other than Ambrose, I want you to give me another awesome big face.
Give me a second.
Exactly.
Give me a second. I mean...
I'll wait.
Well, you gotta push him right, okay?
No, I understand you need to push him right, but who you gonna push? They ain't nobody there. That's my point.
Well, as of right now, they painted themselves into a corner. But
yes.
if you told me, like, if you gave me, like, a choice of like a couple guys, I could tell you who you can build up to be fucking super huge. Kevin Owens was one of them.
Kevin Owens,
but
he's not a face. He's a heel.
Oh, you want face?
Give me a big face.
You can get Dolph Ziggler over. You can get Zack Ryder over. You can get you could get Bray Wyatt over.
Not as a face.
Yes, you can. As a matter of fact, yes, you can. They were. He was. Trust me. Yeah, you can.
Just because they cheered for him against Cena doesn't mean they cheer for him because he's a face.
No, they cheered for him against the Shield.
Well, the Shield was heel at the time.
Yeah, it was heel, and they just fucking chose who they wanted to like. And I'm telling you, the reason why people liked listening to fucking Bray Wyatt. Yeah, that's the whole fucking. That was the whole deal. Why everybody liked Bray Wyatt, because they like fucking listen to him. Now it don't fucking matter.
I am hard pressed, other than Dean, because the crowd loves Dean. They do. They really do.
Which is going to be a curse on him.
Yeah, it's going to be a curse. But the crowd loves him. But other than Dean, there's nobody else. You can't push Cesaro, even if he was healthy. You can't push Cesaro because Cesaro can't talk. Okay, he can wrestle and he looks great, but you need your mega face to be able to talk. At least a little bit, and he can't.
Well, here's the thing: they were going to put him with.
Not that Roman Reigns can talk, but
they put him with Heyman, and Heyman was getting him over like hot, getting him over. But they took Heyman away from him.
Yeah, to put him with Brock, right?
To keep no, because he was with Brock at the time as well.
Yeah.
The reason why they did that, and I understand it, although I didn't like it, was when you saw Heyman, you knew he was going to talk about Brock Lesnar, and then you paid attention to that. And that's what they wanted to keep it as unique. They wanted to keep Heyman unique to Brock Lesnar. If you had Heyman come out and he also has this guy, and Heyman has this guy, and this guy's a Heyman guy, and this guy, well then, Brock Lesnar loses his loss.
So Heyman had his own stable, basically.
Well, no, he didn't have his own stable. He was starting to get, everybody wanted to be a Heyman guy.
Yeah, I think that's what they were trying to maybe hint at, but yeah, he's correct.
They sort of squashed it.
Yeah, because it makes sense billing wise, because Brock can't talk.
No, he cannot
to save his life.
Not for a moment.
But if you have Heyman out there, you know he's going to talk for Brock.
Yes.
If you have Heyman out, Brock loses his shine. If there's somebody's juggling bowling balls.
That's all right. Don't worry.
They're not good at it.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, like they got that. Within 2 weeks, Cesaro had his own T-shirt.
Yeah.
It was called the King of Swing. Yeah, and I'm telling you, he was over.
He was over. Well, the thing is, Cesaro's one of the few people that I've seen nowadays
that's got that retarded strength. He's
he's obviously really strong, but Cesaro can really get over purely on his working ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that is exceptionally rare. Okay, but the problem is he will never be a mega face because he can't talk.
Yeah. Well, you need the three. You need the trifecta.
You don't need the trifecta, but you need to be able to talk. That is number one thing if you're going to be a mega face. If you're going to be a mega face, you need to talk and you need to be able to work. You can have the look. That'd be great too, but you need to work and you need to be able to talk. That's it. You need it. Because Reigns, obviously, he's not a great talker. We all know this, but he has gotten better. Okay?
But he can work and he's got the look.
Exactly. But his mic work has gotten better. So he can do it. The problem is WWE has no other choice but to feed us Roman Reigns because they have no one else.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Put Cena back into it?
Yeah. They have no one else. So I understand why they're force-feeding the fans Reigns. It sucks, but this is literally their only option until they start bringing up people from NXT. Which is why I think Finn Balor needs to come up. But that's just my opinion.
How great would this be? I'm going to automatically give Shane McMahon another thing to put the fucking good idea in.
Sure, go ahead.
But let's say Roman Reigns goes over on Triple H.
Well, obviously.
And Triple H says, well, you didn't read the contract. You have a rematch clause, only it's not with me. And then fucking Cena's music hits at WrestleMania, and fucking within 3 seconds, Cena goes over for the title.
People will fucking rage.
Yeah, but he turns.
You do the heel turn.
That's the heel turn.
You do the heel turn. Well, yeah, that's just Cena heel turn, right? I mean, that's in the box already. So that's already in the box.
Again, I think he would lose too many endorsements and too many Make-A-Wishes.
I don't know. Again, because there's so many injuries, and because there's almost. Because they wrote themselves into a corner. They really did.
Oh, fucking injuries. Why didn't we fucking talk about it? Fucking, what's his name breaking his ankle?
Oh, poor Neville.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about Neville.
That was Snap last week, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
More injuries to the injury list.
More injuries to the injury list. Poor Neville, okay? the kid's working his ass off, okay, as he always does in every match, okay? He's out there, he's working hard, he's going against Jericho. And he goes for a baseball slide, and his foot does not get... It's not on the apron. He gets caught as he's sliding on Jericho's foot. It's like he stops, and his ankle just crumbles, okay? So, at first, while me and Kryim were watching the match, we're like, okay, it looked kind of weird, but he's back up on his feet. You know, he's trying to get up. And first we thought he was selling the leg. And then he crumpled to the ground while Jericho was down.
As soon as that happened, I knew he was hurt.
Yeah, we knew. We both knew. We're like, oh, shit, he's fucked up. So Jericho obviously goes for the roll-up, okay? Now, the ref is Charles Robinson, okay? And Charles looked like he didn't know that Neville was hurt. So when Jericho rolled him up, he only counted the 2 count. And Jericho got up and legit heat fucking shoved Charles and said, he's fucking hurt. Okay? And of course Charles rang the bell for the DQ, okay? But that was legit heat there for a second.
Yeah.
Okay? But obviously they're cool now. You know, they're back in the... They went in the back and they're like, look, I apologize. It's skeletal heated. You know, they're fine now. But yeah, poor Neville. I saw the Raw aftermath of they took him in the back and, you know, he's like, please don't cut the boots. Please don't cut him because, you know, worker, you know, doesn't want to cut the boots.
Oh, brother, your foot's a fucking mangled mess in there. You got to take... Oh.
Well, he's got that
indie mentality.
Indie mentality. No, don't cut my gear. Don't cut my gear.
It's like, man, dude, we got seamstresses. That's what he said. Dude, we got seamstress going to take care of you. Don't worry about it. So he cut the boot, and, you know, as he's feeling up his ankle and his shin, you know, he's feeling it. And, you know, Neville's like, what do you think? He's like, yeah, that hurts. He goes, do you think it's broken? And the doctor goes, yeah, it's definitely broken. And he just covered his face and fuck. He was devastated.
That's because that's
3 weeks. 3 weeks out of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
3 weeks. Because I guarantee you it was going to be a triple threat for the triple threat ladder match for the IC title between him, Owens, and fucking Sami Zayn.
That would have been that'd been probably match of the night.
That would have been match of the night. And then now that's gone. And now he'll probably be good thing he doesn't need surgery.
Because it was scary there. They didn't know what they were going to have to do.
He doesn't need surgery, so he'll be back. He'll be back around SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's the worst part because he doesn't get to have his WrestleMania moment, quote unquote. Like he'll be there, you know, he'll be signing autographs or you know go to the fucking Hall of Fame induction night.
He's riding the pine,
but he's riding the pine, and to me, I really don't because I had a conversation with Big Dick about this. I'm like, I don't know what's worse, you know, being a football player and having your team, you know, going with your team all the way to the playoffs and you make it to the Super Bowl, but the week before the Super Bowl, you like snap your ankle and you can't play in the Super Bowl and you got to sit on the sideline and watch your team play. Or you're a professional wrestler right out in WrestleMania, you snap your ankle and you can't be in the game. I don't know what's worse.
I think it's worse as far as football because you can't guarantee your chance will be at the next Super Bowl.
WrestleMania always comes around.
There is a good chance that Neville will be at next year's at WrestleMania, and there's not going to be a problem. He'll be healed. For all we know, what Big Dick said about the IC champ, who knows? He may be by that time.
Yeah.
You know, a lot happens within a year.
It's true.
You know, but I really feel bad for him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We hope we wish for him for a speedy recovery.
Yeah. We wish for a lot of speedy recoveries.
Yeah.
It's like a war zone over here.
It's like there's snipers out there, man. People getting picked off.
Dude, it's like a you know, Revolutionary War infirmary.
Yeah,
you know?
Jesus Christ.
You hear a little Pfeiffer in the background.
Anyway, other than that, I think we're clear, right? We're clear. Yeah, I think we covered everything.
How'd your show go?
Yeah, how did your show go?
My show go? I had a show go.
You had a show go.
What is a show go?
I don't know.
All right. So, no, it was ICE Impact Championship Entertainment, and it was on the 20th, and it was a good match.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
It was yesterday. Yes. Yesterday. Which, interestingly enough, yesterday marks the 4 years that me and Cancer had been back in the ring after 11-year hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
So that was neat. But we worked Kenny Bangle and Corey Dillinger. And it was, in my opinion, it was a good, solid match. And we lost. We put over Bangle and Dillinger. And I look forward to working for ICE again because they're just a really good company to work for.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they had agents, they have sound guy, they have...
well, they're legit.
They are legit. They are legit. I mean, like, the building is small. Don't get me wrong. It's a small Knights of Columbus.
Yeah.
But it's a legit thing. They have this thing that they're going to be doing. They have, Mike Morgan's running Ace and Ice. Ice is... Ice, they're going to be two separate brands, two separate rosters running out of the same building. I think it's a fantastic idea.
Well, that's good. But that's excellent. Other than that, I think we're clear. We covered everything today, guys.
I think so.
I think we're good.
We did. So, for Kryim.
Well, that's me.
And for Dante.
Hey.
I'm Big Dick Gideon, and we will talk to you all next week.
Big 49! Big 49.